Hey guys, Boss and Ramos, and this Sunday the Miami Dolphins defeated the Carolina Panthers 42-21 to improve to a 5-1 record. I believe 3-0 at home. So big win for the Dolphins. Much needed, especially going into the opponent they have next week, which we'll get into in a sec. But scoreless first quarter for the Dolphins, a bit concerning. Aside from that, we're able to put up at least 7 points in each and every quarter following that. But short highlights today. We're going to get into it really quick, but didn't have enough time. Sorry, guys. Anyways, this was early on in the game. We got Tua finding Raheem Mostert on a little orbit pass. Sorry about that. And then right before halftime, Tyreek Hill, a deep ball. We're going to get multiple angles. We're going to get the flip celebration. Don't you guys worry. Tyreek Hill was a man on a mission, and man, if this video would have been 100%, like if it would have gone the whole way through, that would have been absolutely epic. Unfortunately, it did not, but we're gonna get a little peek at it right now after him and Tua jump up and celebrate. But yeah, you don't see Tyreek Hill, and then bang, he's there, catches the TD, finds his guy. I believe this is like his camera guy. But yeah, it cuts out right here. Imagine if that video would have been completely full. A rushing touchdown for Raheem Mostert. Man was on a mission today. He was also doing very well, especially when it came to be within the 20-yard line. Had the Waddle touchdown. The replays weren't good. I'm sorry, guys. And then that's not my fault. It's broadcast. Sorry, CBS. And then Raheem Mostert, another rushing touchdown. Raheem Mostert dominating in fantasy. Aside from that, Tyreek Hill, same there. Tua, same there. So, all good. I want to say, just one touchdown for Waddle today. I was about to say, Waddle's long overdue for a big game, but he had a pretty good game. He had a little bit of a scuffle with one of the Panthers defenders, and Tyreek Hill did not take a liking to that at all, which I don't blame him. Protect your guys, stand up for them. But either way, let's get into some critical stats. So we'll go over some team stats first. First downs, the Miami Dolphins had 23, Carolina Panthers had 21. Dolphins had 65 total plays, Carolina Panthers had 68 total plays. Let's see, for third down, where are you? Struggling to find it here, guys. There we go. Third down efficiency, Panthers were 5 of 14, Miami Dolphins 7 of 13, and then Panthers were 0 for 4 on fourth down. Tough day in the office for Panthers. And then penalties, 3 penalties for 11 total yards for the Panthers, 3 penalties for 25 total yards for the Dolphins. Red zone attempts made per attempt. Both teams were successful in the red zone. Panthers were 2 of 2, Dolphins were 5 of 5. And then time of possession, Panthers had the ball for 30 minutes, 44 seconds. Dolphins, 29 minutes, 16 seconds. Box score, I'm going to be very light with the box score today. I'm only talking about like top 2 guys in each position. But Bryce Young, let me get started real quick on Bryce Young before I go over his stats. He's not horrible. He is small. And last but not least, I think the potential is there. If I was a Panthers fan, I would be very upset with the progress so far, especially seeing the success that CJ Stroud is having with the Houston Texans. But I think it's 2 completely different situations. Texans were building towards having their franchise QB come in and be successful as he is so far. For the Carolina Panthers, it's a gutted team. And the defense is solid, barring some injuries. But aside from that, they're trying to ship a lot of those guys out to make some draft capital and really make this right around Bryce Young. But does not deny the fact that he is really small. He's really small. The offensive line didn't really do him any favors, but at the end of the day, got to work with what you got. And, some guys can overcome it, some guys can't. I'm not saying he's either or of the two, but so far, it hasn't been a great rookie year for Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. But I wouldn't throw everything away if I were the Carolina Panthers fans. I would still remain true. I mean, if you stuck around this long, team has, I wouldn't trash the team, but they've been pretty much in the gutters since Cam Newton left, especially with the departure of Christian McCaffrey last year with the trade. But they haven't been the best team, and just stick through it. Speaking from a Dolphins fan that is finally having some decent success. But anyways, stats. Bryce Young, 23 of 38, 217 yards, 1 touchdown, sacked 4 times for a loss of 36 yards. Johnny Hecker had a pass for 7 yards. And then Tua for the Dolphins, 21 of 31, 262 total yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 INTs, 0 sacks. Mike White had 1 pass attempt, and it was taken back for a pick 6. We'll talk about that in a sec. Rushing, Chuba Hubbard had 19 carries for 88 total yards, 1 touchdown, longest of 19. Raheem Blackshear had 5 carries for 18 total yards. Raheem Mostert for the Dolphins, 17 carries, 115 yards, 2 touchdowns, longest of 49. I was really hoping he would score on that big 49-yard rush. It was close. Christian Brooks got some big carries, but that was very late in the game. 6 carries for 28 total yards, longest of 28. Savon Ahmed, 6 total carries, 23 yards, 1 touchdown, and longest of 9 total yards. And then for receiving for the Panthers, Adam Thielen had 11 receptions. The next closest Panther had 3. Adam Thielen, 11 receptions for 115 yards, 1 touchdown, longest of 25. The connection between Thielen and Bryce Young is strong. With everyone else, I don't know if it's more so just from seeing the game. The Dolphins defense played pretty well and were making it hard on every other receiver pretty much except for Adam Thielen. He just found the holes, and he knew how to dissect the defense in terms of his route running and where he's supposed to be. Everyone else, it seemed like they did not understand a clue. DJ Chark, 3 receptions, 26 yards. And then Tommy Tremble, 2 receptions, 25 yards. And then last but not least, we have who? No. Okay. I'm so confused looking at this stat sheet. There's 1 receiving touchdown, but it says here that, Bryce Young's threw 1 touchdown. My apologies. Receiving for the Miami Dolphins, Tyreek Hill, 6 receptions, 163 yards. It's 1 TD, longest of 47. Jalen Waddle, 7 receptions, 51 yards, 1 touchdown, longest of 17. Braxton Berrios, 2 receptions, 20 yards. Everyone else had 3 receptions and under 20 yards, which was Raheem Mostert and Savon Ahmed. Fumbles. Tua had a fumble recovered by Raheem Mostert. Defensively, CJ Henderson was the leading tackler for the Carolina Panthers, 9 total, 8 solo. Frankie Louvu had 9 total, 5 solo, 1 tackle for a loss. And then key stats, Cameron Grugier-Hill had a tackle for a loss. Sam Franklin Jr. had a pass deflection. Shai Tootley had 3 pass deflections. Troy Hill had a touchdown off of the pick 6. We'll talk about that in a sec. Brian Burns had a QB hit and tackle for a loss as well. Nick Tuman had a tackle for a loss. And then for Miami Dolphins, David Long Jr. had himself a pretty good game. 11 total tackles, 4 solo, 1 QB hit. Bradley Chubb, 6 total, 4 solo. Sack, tackle for a loss, and a QB hit. Eli Apple, pass deflection. Christian Wilkins, pretty good game from him too. 2 sacks, 2 tackles for a loss, 3 QB hits. Kader Kohu, 2 pass deflections, 1 QB hit. Andrew Van Ginkel, 1 QB hit. Zach Sealer, a sack, tackle for a loss, QB hit. And Jalen Phillips, 1 QB hit. Not too much action from Jalen Phillips, but it's good to see that he was out there on the field today. Troy Hill had the pick 6 for 61 yards on the return off of Mike White. Yeah, that's his 1 pass attempt. It was an incompletion. It was a interception for a touchdown. Kick returns, I'm not going to talk about that. Neither for punt returns. Nothing crazy happened there. Kicking, Eddie Pinheiro missed a field goal. He was 0 for 1 on field goals and then 3 for 3 on extra points. Jason Sanders went 6 for 6 on extra points. Not going to talk about punting. Quick, brief, simple. Dolphins ran the ball pretty well. 162 yards, 115 strictly off of Raheem Mostert. with Achan out, it definitely was lackluster, not as explosive. But the way the game was going, Dolphins got behind early, and they needed to put points on the board fast. Started going past happy. But later on in the game, started running the ball, started to, just milk that clock and just get out of there. And that's exactly what they were doing with the running game. Aside from that, got to the quarterback, ran the ball, got Jalen Waddle involved. In terms of what I was saying before the game, in my game preview, a quick one, if you guys haven't seen it, it's going to be way shorter than this video. The Dolphins pretty much hit on everything I was saying that they should do in order to win. And not only that, just progress forward as a team. Updates on standings. For the Carolina Panthers, they are dead last in not only their division, but the entire NFL, 0-6 record. Miami Dolphins 5-1 on top of the AFC East. No matter what Buffalo does tonight, their game is starting pretty soon, or already has started since recording or posting this video. They're currently 3-2. More than likely going to improve to 4-2 after possibly beating the New York Giants, but who knows? Because the Jets got to win today. Jets are 3-3, and the Patriots are 1-5. Not a good look. Not a good look, New England. But next week, Philadelphia Eagles, who just suffered a loss to none other than the New York Jets. So thank you guys for getting a big win against the Philadelphia Eagles. As a fan of the Dolphins, it very much upsets me that this happened because the Eagles are a really good team. And the odds of them losing 2 straight games, I don't think that's going to be the case. And it would have been very, very, very sweet to see possibly the Dolphins make the Eagles lose their first game of the year and kind of protect that, perfect season record for the 72 Dolphins. Breaking news, no one in the NFL anymore has a winless, undefeated season so far. The 49ers and the Eagles lost. So there's that. Last but not least, looking forward to this matchup. Probably 2 of the best entire teams in the NFL. Depends on who you ask today, but I know a lot of Jet fans will say it was the Jets and not the Eagles that are one of the best teams today. I'm baffled. It's really upsetting me, to be honest. I really don't want to face this Eagles team, especially after losing to a team like the Jets. No shade towards the Jets. That defense stepped up big. I think it probably got me a lot of fantasy points, to be honest. But aside from that, Dolphins 5-1, first in the AFC East. Go on to the road Sunday Night Football next week against the Philadelphia Eagles. That's pretty much it. Tua looked good. Bryce Young, he's small. I will say that, and that is my biggest and probably most concerning thing about him, is that he is small. Aside from that, Dolphins on top. Big game coming up next week. Let's hope the Dolphins can win it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.